our second live look of Longshot in Madden NFL 18. 4 years in the making. A lot of excitement in the Madden community today, and for good reason. I'm excited. We're here at EA Play at FanFest. Make sure if you're talking on social media right now, you're using the hashtag EA Play. But alongside me, I have Longshot Creative Director Mike Young, and you might recognize this gentleman here from Friday Night Lights, but also Colt Cruz in Longshot. Guys, welcome.
Thank you.
I'm in a Madden game. I'm in a Madden game.
Yes.
I never thought it was possible. Woo!
Made it happen.
Yeah, guys, this is a really exciting time, and I know especially for you, 4 years in the making of this process to get to this day. And really some of the main questions that we're focusing on here is the story of Longshot. It's a football story that you can play.
Yeah.
You know, what does that really represent, and why is it such a totally different experience to the Madden franchise?
Well, what we went about was really making the first campaign mode in a sports game. So we treated it more like that. It's an interactive movie that you're playing. So it's a totally different format than we've seen in other sports games when they've done story. And I think people are going to be blown away by how emotional it is, how much off the field there is to do and play. And the performances, the cinematography, it really does feel like this seamless movie versus a career mode with story scenes.
And that's the future of gaming, really. I mean, every year Madden's going to push the envelope to be the authority on football as far as gaming goes, with graphics and with new ways and techniques that you can play it. But storytelling is the future.
Yeah.
Storytelling is where it's at. And the fact that you are getting a movie basically in Madden that has great actors and NFL Hall of Famers all wanting to be a part of it, then you know you got something special. And Mike did a bang-up job, man.
You know, and you say there about storytelling, right? A little later on, we're going to bring on some game changers. We're going to bring on some YouTube.
Hey!
No way.
What are you guys talking?
No way.
You guys having a little conversation?
That was not planned. Anything can happen on National Live Internet, I swear.
J.R. Lemon,
organic.
one of the stars, Devin Wade.
Wow. Devin in the flesh.
The long shot himself.
Thank you for having me.
Can I shake your hand?
Amazing. Can I shake yours?
Yeah. Hi.
Wow, this is
Steve, nice to meet you.
This is a guy moment. This is a bro
This
moment.
is,
right
it
here.
is.
Yeah, nice.
I've been watching you a lot on virtually a lot, so this is fantastic
right on,
to see
man.
it. Yeah, so pleasure. Wow, things changed. Okay, so we were actually just talking about the power of story, how it's affecting not just entertainment in general, but moving forward to the gaming industry. And for you, what was the story like for Longshot? What was that emotion about for you?
Well, you know, I always call it like
Mike.
I always call it the orphan.
Oh, give him a mic. Give him a mic. Get in there.
Oh, get in a little mic. You know, I always call it the. We'll just get a little closer anyway.
Always want to meet him.
I call it the orphan story. You
Coming
had
out
this
with you.
guy who was an innocent, who experienced something like extremely traumatic. He became an orphan. He wanted to sort of start to look inside and he wanted to hide. He goes to the military. And the compelling thing about the story is watching him find his warrior again, watching him find his way out of that darkness and sort of into confidence again. I think any compelling story has those components. So that's what the story said to me, if that makes any sense.
It does, my guy. My guy. Let's get one of these right here. Oh, selfie mode, selfie mode. Appreciate that. No, but now we're sidetracked, but again, listen, let's get a good sidetrack, fantastic sidetrack. So for you though now, Mike, for the core Madden community, a lot of what Scott had said there, it is about story, it is about emotion. What can the core Madden community expect when it comes to the emotion in the story of Longshot?
Well, I think there's two things. You want to feel like you're part of a real NFL world. So they're going to be at the combine, a playable combine. We haven't had that since like Madden 06 or something. So there's real authentic experiences here. You actually feel like you're hanging out with Dan Marino. Hall of Famer Dan Marino feels like he is a mentor, a big brother to the Devin character. I think when you embody Devin, you feel like you have a relationship, not just this entourage style cameo, but on top of that, you just care about these characters. Devin and Colt feel like real friends that have a really big range. It's not just this surface level friendship, but you're gonna have this big range of emotion, humor, fights, a lot of conflict driving you in the story, and I think people are gonna relate to it because it's a story about getting to the NFL, not trying to have people relate to these mega star things that are almost unrelatable. Like, so few people get to that spot in their life. But this story, I think, is so relatable because it's really just about dreams and pursuit of dreams, and the two characters have different perspectives on how they go about it, and I think that's what's going to shine.
Not to put you on the spot, but you guys are friends, right? You guys
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Okay, good.
We have become
Confirmed.
friends. We didn't know when we started on
Yeah,
this
we didn't
journey.
know each other, yeah.
But man, we've been there for each other. You know, it's tough. He works at Albuquerque half the year. I'm in New York City all the time. But yeah, we've become boys, man.
We bonded over Chick-fil-A.
We bonded over Chick-fil-A,
In-N-Out?
100%.
You like In-N-Out?
Not In-N-Out, Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
I like In-N-Out.
Spicy
the
chicken
South,
sandwich,
baby.
Pretty good. It's, wow, it's really good. Tomatoes on there, it's fantastic. So, speaking of the next question we have here, what was it like working with Hollywood talent like this right here?
Well, it's amazing. You have a dream and you start the story, and it's just a piece of paper. Well, several hundred pieces of paper.
I've seen all of them. I can confirm that.
But coming to the set and working and like developing these characters, it's so collaborative and they're so talented. And I think when we were together, they just made these people real. And it's just so fun to work with great people who care, and the collaboration was really what made it special. Like we could, talk through scenes and talk about why they're feeling the way they are, and they're just so talented. And I think it's going to be some of the best acting you'll see in video games all year from these two gentlemen.
Well, I think from our side too, like you created an environment that really supported that. I felt like we felt really comfortable just creating and playing and knowing that you would listen if we had ideas or anything like that. And I mean, collaborating, 2-3 years down the line, just throughout the process with the script and just thoughts, seeing those ideas show up in the script. So I mean, that does something itself, when we talk about the work.
I got a phone call 4 years ago, and I think one of the smartest things that Mike did was say, I want good actors, but I want good actors who are also have either played football or are huge fans of football, so we can just get that all on the side. There's no technical stuff that JR and I had to learn. I played football in high school and college. JR played football in high school and college. We understand, and up into the NFL too, and we understand.
Minutes.
Minutes. In the
5
NFL.
minutes.
But we understand the game, so we were able to put all that aside and not even worry about all that. All that language is not foreign to us, which allowed us just to really hone in on just the relationship that you have
And
here.
it had to be authentic.
Yeah.
So
and then you get an Oscar winner, Mahershala Ali, who says, you know what, I want to be a part of your game.
Right.
That's how you know, world, that this script is legit. Mahershala Ali is in our game. It's crazy.
That was surreal.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
I remember when he walked on
Not
set,
bad.
people were like,
Not bad. This actually not bad. All right.
Yeah, it was him and Dan Marino there the same day. You've got an NFL Hall of Famer who wants to be a part of this, and you got an Oscar winner who want to be a part of this. And that just speaks volumes to how it plays on both sides of the
that was
fence.
the first day of shooting, so I was so nervous walking into there. Like, it's so limited with time when you're shooting these things. And so you have a half a day with Mahershala Ali with kids, so kids make it so much more complicated because they're just having fun, and there's a football on set, and they're trying to break the lights. But
Classic kids.
Just talking smack like they do.
if it was going to blow up, it was going to blow up on day one.
Yeah.
The most expensive day.
Well, I'm glad it didn't. Okay, that's
Yeah.
fantastic. But and for you, Scott, obviously Friday Night Lights. That's where people will see you and recognize you from numerous other things as well.
Right.
But what was the experience? How does it compare to what you did on Friday Night Lights to what you did with Longshot?
I've never worked on a project that had as many parallels for me to Friday Night Lights. I've worked on a bunch of other stuff, but nothing had that kind of grounded, small, conversational storytelling that Friday Night Lights had throughout the rest of my career, and so kind of until Longshot. I mean, to be honest with you, there was so much collaboration, and when I was on Friday Night Lights, I felt like I had ownership of that show because they empowered us to do this. And JR said this earlier, but while doing Longshot, we also felt very empowered to be a part of the storytelling. We weren't just puppets for words that somebody was very precious with on the page. Mike had brilliant ideas and lovely dialogue, but then also was malleable and wanted to we all wanted the same thing, which is to have the greatest story. And that's what we did on Friday Night Lights. I always say it's tough to catch lightning in a bottle twice, but I think that we might have done it with this. I've already done it with Friday Night Lights. And at the heart of Friday Night Lights, it's about interpersonal relationships, about friendships. Like with Jason Street and Riggins, their tragedy changes their relationship. The same thing happens with Devin and with Colt. Tragedy really kind of changes and adjusts their relationship, and it's how they rebound from it that is the beauty of this story, and it's how they overcome. And adversity is used way too much in sports, but when you find out what they both go through, it's true adversity. It's not losing a game, it's losing a part of your life, and how they join together and forge their friendship going forward and push each other to try and achieve the biggest accomplishment they ever could heading towards the NFL draft. It's just a wonderful, beautiful story, and storytelling's where it's at. Just like Friday Night Lights, Longshot does the same thing.
And I think that's, you asked the question about how it's relatable. I think that's what it is. It's not just a story about football. It's a story that all of us have been through in some capacity.
Yeah.
Trying to overcome with people that we love. And trying to, jump over obstacles.
It's the human story, right? I mean, it's
human
something that
story,
we all go
exactly.
through. We're all trying to accomplish different things, accomplish different goals. How do we get there? The ebb and flow of all that. And I mean, that's what I'm taking from what you're saying. But both of you guys.
Are we willing, when we're most down, are we willing to look in the mirror and face that and do something about it, essentially? I mean, in the trailer, you have that moment where Devin's, walking towards the window, looking at Lucas Oil. Are we gonna be strong enough to actually get up off the couch, look in the mirror, and take action?
Now, be honest, JR. When you're watching yourself in that scene, are you looking at Lucas Oil? Or are you just looking at your reflection in the hotel window? I know what you're looking at, JR. I know what
you see what I'm dealing with.
So right, man. He shows up every time he plays.
I'm dealing with every day.
That's fantastic. I mean, I got to know, have you guys ever played a game of Madden against each other on the sticks?
No, he doesn't want to get on. He doesn't.
Because here's the thing.
He doesn't want to get on against me. He doesn't want it.
I haven't picked up the sticks in a while, yeah.
Here's what I've heard. This guy really only took the role just so he could get free MUT packs.
Yo, this is true. This is 100% true. I went to high school with one of the producers on Madden, and I've been hitting him up for years, like, hey,
really?
can I get some? Hey, can I get some coin? Can I get some coin, in-game coin here? He's like, my hands are tied, man. My hands are tied. I'm like, I know they're not, but now you got no excuse.
No excuse.
I know
Somebody shows up with a full-on team overall rating of 99. You're gonna be like, oh, that guy.
He's even
That's
gonna have
Porter.
a card.
He got 28 billion credits and has all rubies.
You just heard that right there from Mike Young. He's going to have his own MUT card. That's going to be fantastic.
Oh, I get my own MUT card?
Yeah.
Wait, Cole Cruz is going to be a Madden on the team? What? Be ready to play with the Cruz missile, baby.
All right, now
it's coming.
Guys, it's time to bring in the game changers.
Awesome.
It's time to bring in our YouTubers. We have Onto the Boss and we have iMavic. They're going to ask the tough questions. I just gave the layups. I just gave you the easy ones. Okay. These guys are going to ask the tough ones.
All
right.
So let's bring them in. Onto, iMav, come on in, guys.
Yeah.
What's up, man?
Yeah.
How you doing?
How are you? Good to see you. Gibbs.
Gentlemen.
What's up, bro? Good to see you. What a time to be alive.
All right, we have a nice wide set here. We could basically start our own team right here, almost, right? But,
Right.
All right, Onto, Mav, take it away.
Well, I saw the trailer. I noticed a lot of familiar faces, and I wanted to ask Mike, what other stars did you work with when creating Longshot?
Well, we mentioned earlier Mahershala Ali. That was pretty insane. It was before he won the Academy Award. What was cool about the role at the time is I think we were mostly familiar with him being this like tough military guy and things like Hunger Games or a tough character and like House of Cards, but we got to bring him in and he's playing this father and I think everyone on set that day was like, I wish he was my dad. He was so warm with the children, and it was a way up until obviously Moonlight he plays a father figure, but we hadn't seen that yet.
Yeah.
So it felt like, wow, we're seeing a different side of him, and it was so amazing. We had the Dan Marinos, the Chad Ochocinco's.
Wow.
Those days were super fun. Everybody was geeked out.
Chad Johnson took everyone to sushi. At the end of the day,
Wow.
he was like, who wants to go with me to get sushi? We're like, what? There's a 40-person crew
awesome.
standing around. We're like, what, all of us? He's like, yeah, let's do it. I mean, he had a blast.
Hey.
That was pretty cool. I mean, we had film legend Barry Corbin. I mean, there's just
that was a good moment.
so many people and so many stories from set. It was incredible. I think people will love the cast because it feels grand. I think a lot of the gaming stories feel small, like not very many characters, not many sets, but I think this is an epic story with an epic amount of places you see, epic amount of cast, all just so much variety to it. Women, children, 80-year-olds, 8-year-olds, so it was really cool.
That's awesome.
It's fantastic.
Nice.
Mav, your turn.
So I guess my question would probably be for the stars here, all right?
Oh, that's easy.
Step up.
So I know it was a 4-year process, right? Putting together Longshot. What would you say was the biggest challenge for you guys?
Oh, man.
Tough ones.
Waiting.
Making them think, yeah.
Waiting. To get a phone call from Mike 4 years ago, say, hey, we want to make this game in Madden, and we'd love for you to be a part of it, and then not hearing another word from anyone for like 9 months, and I'm just like,
Right?
did he change his number? I get a text back, it's like, sorry, new phone, who this? I'm just like, am I still a part of this thing anymore? And then 2 years ago, we end up in Vancouver for just a week, just JR and I, and I walk in and I'm like, they've already got all this footage of other people playing our roles, like stunt guys and stuff. They had done like some test footage. I'm like, I got recast again?
Right.
And then I couldn't make it down to Orlando. I was shooting something in New York, and then there's a table read in Orlando, and some guy texts me, because I went to high school and college in Orlando, and I knew this cat. He texts me, he's like, yo, I'm at this table read, and I was like, they cast me again! They recast me again! It was just like the waiting, I'd say, was like my biggest problem, was like, because it takes even double the time of a movie or a TV show. Like sometimes you'll shoot a movie or a show and you know next year it's coming out. But with the game, the cycle to build this thing from the ground up takes so long. And it was just shifting my brain that way.
I mean, but yeah, Scott mentioned the 4 years ago, he was the first person to verbally commit to this thing, which was great because I got to make the script him. You know, think about his specific talents, his personality, and really custom the role for Scott. And having somebody like Scott commit early was definitely a lot of confidence that this thing could be real and people were excited by it. And then we went on the long journey of trying to get it greenlit and all that.
Okay.
Oh, man.
So mine isn't as deep at all. My biggest hurdle was getting over this doggone camera that you have in your face.
Oh.
Right? Like, so we're having arguments and like we forget this camera's there and we just like clashing the camera. And every time it clacks, like we gotta start over.
Yeah.
And like,
Every time you gotta start over, you gotta do.
Yeah, you gotta do the T-pose and that was my biggest one.
Okay.
Just like have you ever seen like the motion capture shoot where they have the thing and the dots all over your face?
Yeah.
You can't put your hand in front of your face. You might want to wipe your nose. Can't wipe your nose.
Can't wipe your nose.
So it's more
have a
takes
little
than you're used to doing.
Yeah,
like
if you want your character to rub his eye in the scene, you gotta do this.
Yeah, you're like
you gotta like reach but not actually touch your face.
Exactly.
It's like so strange.
So that was one of mine.
Yeah, we got really close because we spent in effect, 6 weeks together in wetsuits with each other.
For real.
It was just me and him in wetsuits.
It was some man
Bunch
moments.
of shiny balls all over ourselves in face makeup that looked like we were a Cats reject.
Tight, yeah.
Yeah.
It made it fun. Way more challenging. What's amazing about the cast is that they're in the same white wall room every day with these suits. They don't have costumes. They don't have props. It's all in their mind. And these performances are so believable and natural. And I'm just so proud of what these guys did. And I think with those cameras and how unnatural it is to have 40 people staring at you and then these weird outfits and all these rules in addition to just being present in the acting, I'm just blown away by them.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mike.
I think we all just had a moment. I feel like we're all friends, like closer. I'm excited about it.
Hug this one out.
If we can hug it out, we'll hug it out. But
The same emotion you'll find in Longshot.
Hey.
I got a question for you guys though. Are you excited about Longshot?
I am excited.
I am.
It's like the first
Definitely.
time we've seen something like this, so I think a lot of fans are going to be excited as well to play it.
Nice.
Right, yeah,
nice.
it's a new experience to Madden. So
Yeah.
I feel like we're going to reach a whole new audience, bring a lot of new people in, and hopefully that carries over to the other modes as well.
the crazy thing is about that is a lot of guys like you YouTubers and that create content online, you guys would like making your own story mode, right? But now you got one.
Now we got it.
You got one, right?
Now we got it.
Now you actually have a true, authentic story.
Exactly.
A lot goes to these guys. There's a lot of guys behind the scenes that you got to give a shout out to as well. But overall great experience. I got two things for you though.
I do have one thing to say. I just got one thing to say, and it's important for everybody out there. When you see this and you know that Devin is a character that you're going to play, not everybody's Devin is going to be the same. And it's important that we get the point across. Everybody's going to be able to play Devin differently. There's branching dialogue. There's different choices. The outcome of this game, you think everybody's going to get drafted? That ain't the case, man.
Not necessarily.
That ain't the case. So everybody's going to have a different path with Devin. It's not just, oh, I got to play as Devin and Colt. No. You play Devin how you want to play Devin. You play Colt how you want to play. That's it. So you still have all of that opportunity to make your own choices.
Right.
It's fantastic stuff, guys. I appreciate all of you for Scott, Mav, Mike, JR, Anto. I appreciate it. I got one request, and you're
Okay.
gonna have to help me make it happen.
All right.
We have to find the behind the scenes of them smacking into each other with the. You
absolutely.
gotta get them in the wetsuits. I gotta see it because we're gonna put all that online. I mean, we're gonna find a way to do
love
it.
it.
We're gonna find a way.
Expose them.
We'll make sure you look good. Don't you
get in
worry.
the pick one
Yeah,
real
let's
quick.
get one. Let's get
let's
one.
do this.
Another one here for the fans. Get in. Oh.
All right.
That's right. Yeah. He's on video.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Man, for a guy
First
who's
timer.
never seeing himself in pictures, he takes a while. No.
There we go. Nice.
All right, guys, that is going to do it for Longshot Madden NFL 18, a story mode you can play. And right now, we're going to kick it over to the other football game, a little football. Send it.
Football.
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 Football.